October baseball is everybody's goal. A clubhouse covered in champagne and a downtown parade. Tonight, two teams meet with all of that at stake. The powerful Milwaukee Brewers lead the NL Central, and the Giants have their grip on a wild card spot. It's a preview of October baseball next. We are at AT Park on a Friday night as we get ready for Giants baseball. This is game one of a three-game series, Brewers and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants come off a really nice series against the Colorado Rockies. They take 3 out of 4, winning the last 3. And, Mike, they're starting to show signs at home that they're playing good baseball, and you're going to have to do that against these Brewers.
Well, they have won 7 out of the last 10. They are playing better here. They're starting to gain some confidence back in the friendly confines of AT&T. And you better bring some game against the Brewers. They're 13 games over 500. They lead that National League Central. And they have a lot of, they think that they're going to the playoffs. Yep. Confidence, you can call it whatever you want to. But for that, you have to pitch well if you're Ryan Vogelsong. Now, his last 7 starts here, he's 0-5. You know why? 5 of those games, they haven't scored a run for him. Get a guy a couple of runs here at home. Take your chances, and I think the way this team's playing defense, it'll be a very, very, very good game.
All right, Willie Peralta, very tough on the Giants. He'll be on the hill for the Brewers. Stay tuned. We will take you to our Sportsnet Central studios for an update, and we're going to do all of that right after this.
wouldn't mind, I'd like to grab a pen and put sign balls for you guys if I could. Oh, yeah. Pleasure, please. Oh, for you, please. What about the other one?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight, starting lineup.
Right, good luck, boss.
I saw you do a little shadow boxing in there.
A little bit. It was when I was younger. That's one of those things where Dad puts you in it so you can defend yourself.
Hey, man, you gotta be able to throw them hands, right?
You know what I'm saying? But that's fine.
Pose right here, guys. Right here. Right there, guys. Hold the balls. Hold the balls. Hold the balls. Hold the balls. Right here. Right there. Right there. Right there. Good. Good.
To San Francisco for a 3-game series. Ryan Vogelsong will be on the hill this evening. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Amy Gutierrez. And on this Orange Friday, Vogie will certainly be able to feed off of the recent performances of the Giants starters. Since Monday, they've combined for 30 innings. They've only given up 3 earned runs, and they've struck out 35. And Yusmeiro Petit is the most recent starting star. His outing yesterday, it's our AT&T U-verse rewind this evening. He entered yesterday's game having retired 38 consecutive batters and went on to set a new major league record, passing Mark Burley, retiring 46 straight. And after the game, he referred to just missing a perfect game last season. He said, quote, "This is not going to happen to me again. I think it's like a reward for all the hard work I put into my pitching." Congratulations to Yusmeiro Petit. All right, the Giants, they've got their work cut out for them this evening, going up against right-hander Willie Peralta. Kruk and Kipe have the call, and after these messages, they'll be back with lineups and first pitch, so stay with us.
Buy Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, try Jack. Right now at Jack in the Box, try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. And by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
It is a gorgeous Friday night here at AT Park. The Brewers are in town. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 66 degrees here at the yard. See the winds at 12 miles per hour. Humidity at 75%. And it is mostly cloudy, but comfortable. See Vogelsong leading the troops out of the Giants dugout, and the lineup that Vogelsong will be facing. It'll be Gomez, Jeanette, and then Braun. Aramis Ramirez, see his numbers in August. Plus, he can be an RBI machine. You got to watch out for that guy. It'll be Lucroy hitting fifth, then Parra, Overbay, and Herrera, and Willie Peralta will pitch and bat ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Ryan Vogelsong, making start number 27, the 37-year-old right-hander. 6'4", 215-pounder, 7-9, 3.78 with 121 strikeouts against 43 walks. For him to be effective, he has to hit his corners. He'll do it with low 90s velocity with two types of movement on the fastball, 2 and 4 seam. He'll give you a changeup, a cutter, a curveball, slider, give you lots of different types of movements. But when he gets it going, he'll do a lot of his pitching with just two pitches, the fastball and the changeup. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Vogelsong tonight. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right will be Blanco, Pagan, and Pitts. Crawford back in the lineup, joined by Sandoval on the left side of the infield, Panic and Morris on the right side. And Buster Posey will be in the squad, putting down the signs. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game. Score some runs for Vogelsong. How about that? I mean, he's had 7 starts at home. His last 7 starts, he's got 0-5. And 5 of those starts, they didn't get a run for him. That's important. Get him some runs. Number 2, Pagan set it up against Peralta. He has had great numbers, 4 for 7 lifetime. And that will be our Nissan keys to the game.
So here we go. Game 5 on this homestand. Giants took 3 out of 4 from those pesky Rockies. The Brewers are just coming back from San Diego, where they lost 2 out of 3. So here we go. Gomez hitting .283, and the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's a called strike. This game starts right on time, as always. And the 0-1 delivery to Gomez is just outside. That's Dale Scott behind the dish. Danisogna, Amari, Wolcott from first to third.
Dale Scott, I think you'll see more high strikes with Scott. I mean, he'll call the knees, but he'll also give you the belts. And his corners can be a little inconsistent. What you get in the first isn't necessarily going to be what you get in the 9th inning in regards to his corner. And that's on both sides of the plate.
Here's a 2-1 delivery. And it's outside 3-1. Vogelsong may have thought that the first pitch of the game was very similar to that pitch, and it was a called strike. So it's 3-1, and now Vogelsong has to come in. And that's a pretty good pitch.
Well, and Vogelsong already frustrated by 3 pitches in that 5-pitch sequence to Gomez that he thought were pretty good pitches. This one a little bit low. You're not going to get a low strike with Dale Scott, not like other umpires.
So here's Jeanette. 28 steals for Carlos Gomez. So now it's up to Vogelsong to give Buster Posey a shot.
Jeanette, a good bat control guy. Good guy in that number 2 spot.
And a strike, and it's 0-1. Padres hosting the Dodgers tonight. That game just underway. Braun on deck. Swing and a miss. We mentioned that the Brewers are coming from San Diego. Day off yesterday. They enjoyed the city yesterday, but the Padres beat the Brewers on Tuesday 4-1, and then in 10 innings they beat them 10-3. These guys are ready.
Yep. Looks like 4 cheeseheads there. Transplanted all the way from Milwaukee.
And that fastball is high, 1-2.
It's a future ball dude. He's got the look, doesn't he?
Yeah. I'm thinking he came up with that on his own.
Well, I hope we see him.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Gomez with his lead. And a quick toss by Vogelsong. Brewers 37-29 is their record at home. Actually, that may be their road record. Brewers are 37-29 on the road. Here's the pitch. So they're going to foul out of play. So their record on the road is better than at home. Sound familiar?
Sounds familiar. There's a few teams like that that are teams with records above 500 that have similar types of statistics.
They've really dominated the West. They're 20-9 against the West.
Ron Redicky, the skipper of the Brewers.
Gomez goes, swinging a pop-up. Gomez couldn't find it. Now he does, and it's going to be Buster Posey who one-hands it. And that'll bring to the plate Ryan Braun. So here's Braun.
Giants really pitched him well in Milwaukee. You see the numbers, 1 for 12 with 4 strikeouts, and really didn't hit a lot of balls hard.
See if Gomez has thoughts of going. .28 steals. On deck is Aramis Ramirez. And a breaking ball for a strike.
He's got a nice feel of that curveball so far. That's a pitch that you don't always know if it's going to be there in the first inning for you. That's what happens, though. You walk the leadoff guy who's a base stealer, and all of a sudden it becomes a stress inning.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, really, already? I'll bet that pitch was almost 6 inches to a foot outside, and he hit a line drive.
That gives you an idea what side of the plate he's looking for.
Absolutely.
He's a middle of the way guy. Now, this is a cut fastball with movement running away from him. Now, a guy gets that kind of coverage, he's not looking in.
0-2.
Posey setting up inside. That's a great call right there.
Got him. Well, you saw what we saw.
Well, Buster doesn't miss that. Guy leaning, come right back on the inside part of the plate, two-seam movement, and there's a little width on the corner, and it's inside to the right-handers right now. And Braun sent packing, and when you're looking middle away, you have no chance to hit that thing.
So here's Ramirez.
In his 16th year at the big league level. Debuted in 1998.
That was very close, by the way. Yeah, Vogelsong and Ramirez teammates in Pittsburgh. All right, so there's a challenge out there right now.
I mean, this game is 13 pitches old, and Carlos Gomez is filthy dirty.
High fastball, 1-0. Ramirez 8 for 21 against his old teammate with 2 home runs in his career.
Filthy dirty.
And a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Vogelsong 1-0 lifetime in this park against the Brewers. He beat him earlier in the year in Milwaukee. On the ground, foul. Not by much.
Barely.
Yeah, with that guy on first, that was 6 inches from being a 1-0 game. So, in the eyes of Ryan Vogelsong, it's a strike. It's 1-2. Morse holding on. Gomez. Gomez goes. It's a pitch out. Buster Posey's throw is high, and it squirts away from Crawford. It'll be a stolen base. Not the perfect pitch out by Vogelsong, but still, I'm sure Buster Posey feeling like he should still make the throw.
Well, ideally, you want it to be up around the shoulder, because what happens when the guy reaches there, it'll affect his footwork, and it looks like Posey winds up throwing a two-seam fastball out to second base with a lot of run that was sort of drifting out into right center.
Now, this is where you have to be careful with Ramirez, because he is an RBI guy. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he reaches for one way off the plate.
I think he's always been a middle away guy. I mentioned in his 16th year. And he's always had that reputation of being an RBI guy. He's got over 1,300 RBIs in his career.
And a breaking ball, and it hung up there. And it's going to be Pence who calls off Panic, and that'll end the inning. Pagan, Panic, Posey coming up. And let's take a look at the Giants lineup, and it'll go like this. It'll be Pagan, Panic, and Buster Posey. Pablo Sandoval will be the cleanup hitter. Then Pence will hit fifth, followed by Morris. See Morris's numbers against the Brewers, very good. Blanco, Crawford, and Vogelsong.
On the hill tonight for the Brewers will be Willie Peralta. Take a look at what he has done in 26 starts. He has been outstanding. And he's 25 years of age, 15-8 on the year with a 3.56 ERA, 121 strikeouts, 162 innings. And he throws hard. You're going to see a fastball that goes mid to high 90s. He'll 2 and 4 seam the fastball and give you a hard slider, occasional changeup, basically a 3-pitch guy. And if he gets it going, he could be a 1-pitch guy. We saw a lot of the fastball when he beat the Giants in Milwaukee. And just had exceptional stuff. Take a look at the defense playing behind Peralta, starting in the outfield. It'll be Parra, Gomez, and Braun. Good arms across the board in the outfield for the Brewers. Herrera and Ramirez on the left side of the infield. Jeanette and Overbay on the right side. And Jonathan Lucroy will be in the squad, putting down the signs. Game that Peralta had in Milwaukee at 6 2/3, gave up 1 unearned run and struck out 9.
Here's Pagan, and Pagan looks at a strike. It's about an easy 95, as you're going to see. Pagan hitting .301. 3 home runs, 22 driven in.
Well, Peralta's built like a linebacker, 6'1", 250. Strong.
Up and in. Pagan had 3 hits yesterday.
And he's 4 for 7 lifetime against Peralta. And I think that may have been just a little message saying, not tonight, big boy. This will do nothing more than tick off Pagan.
And another fastball, 1 and 2.
That was at 97. Yusmeiro Petit yesterday, 46 consecutive hitters retired. He set a new major league record.
Did you talk about that with the fellas this morning?
We did. Pretty special. Pretty special when you consider the career that he's had and the journey that he has had to get to the big leagues.
Two balls, 2 strikes. That would have been a nice day game yesterday if the fellas came out. I'm a little upset with them about that.
Yeah. For Petit, he's got 4 years in the big leagues, 14 years of professional baseball, so he's earned the right to be here. And it's become a great story. His teammates were very excited for him.
Here's the payoff to Angel Pagan. And he hits this one out into center field. Gomez with all that speed, not a problem. 1 out. Here's our Geico quote, Bruce Bochy, on the toast in the clubhouse on Petit's record. This game's been played a long time. It's a record to be proud of. It went unnoticed for a long time. It got some attention lately. What a role to get on. He should be very proud of that.
Well, and he also went past Jim Barr, who held the National League record of 41 consecutive hitters retired. He held that for 42 years. Jim Barr came into our booth tonight, and he was really excited for Petit.
Panic takes down low, hitting .298, a home run, 13 driven in. Buster Posey on deck. Out of play to even the count. All right, nice play. Frederick Love, that a babe?
Oh, yep. Smell it. Oh, yeah. Best perfume there is. Good luck hitting that. Wow. We noticed there was some width on that side of the plate with the strike 3 to Braun was a generous strike here at 98 miles an hour. You have none chance. That's about 6 inches off the plate away.
Well, Jim Barr set that on this date.
August 29th. Against the Cardinals. Retired the first 26 days later. He retired the last 21 men, the 41 straight. Held for 42 years.
And a base hit for Panic.
He can hit.
He did not overswing at all on that. Well, Giants fans might remember what Jim Barr looked like in a Giants uniform. Those are the home whites.
We're going to make it our Ford right choice. Why not? And on top of all that, he was a great roommate, good teammate, sinker slider guy, good athlete. Did everything above average. Held runners on, fielders position.
He went up once in a while. He did. Here's Buster Posey.
Well, he played with Gaylord. I mean,
ooh. That's right. Anybody on the staff with Gaylord was just guilty by association.
Yeah, not a problem.
Are those Buster Posey fans?
I would have to say they're Buster Posey fans. One-on-one right there, mano y mano. Just country hardballing, and we saw Peralta do that a lot in Milwaukee, where he just lets it loose. He really believes in that fastball.
No balls and 1 strike. And a base hit to right field. And Panic is going to go. And he's going to make it. Nice hitting.
Well, it really is one of the rarities in baseball. It's a guy that has power, that has good bat control. And this really is an example of it. I mean, that's 97 miles an hour at the knees with some funk on it. And he takes it right to right field, stays inside it beautifully. And that's our Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. And an easy first and third for Joe Panic.
Here's Pablo Sandoval. Here's Sandoval hitting at 285. And he takes one, and it's to the backstop, and it's 1-0. So Panic heads up.
Well, if you're Jonathan Lucroy, good luck. That's 96 miles an hour, scuds out in front of home plate and comes up, just absolutely ate up Lucroy. That's a gift run right there.
And a base hit up the middle, and here comes Posey. They're going to wave him in. Gomez has got a good arm. It's offline. 2-0 Giants.
Stay hot, Panda. And Gomez gambled. He overthrew the cutoff man by a bunch. An easy take at second base for Sandoval. Again, good bat control. They're not getting along with Peralta. They're saying, all right, you got good stuff. We know that, but he will give you some location mistakes. And there's the overthrow of the cutoff man. And Buster Posey, check it out, Tim Flannery, who says green light, go. And they took on a good arm right there, and he scores standing up.
See what the Giants do when they score first. That's not too shabby. Here's Hunter Pence. 3 straight hits, all singles. First pitch is in tight, 1 ball and no strikes. Pence is 1 for 8 against Peralta. Overall hitting at 286. Swing and a foul that got Lucroy. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, it's going to be at least a few seconds here for Lucroy to try and regroup.
That one get him good?
Yeah, it did. That's the kind of one hop, turn your head off the ground, and it goes a direct hit, and that'll make you hate the catching position.
Well, that'll make you hate being a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't argue with that. But what's amazing about a catcher is like 15 seconds later, you're supposed to get back in the squat and just like it never happened.
Yeah, you're right. There's a certain amount that goes with that job. Hit up the middle, off the glove of Herrera. Here comes Sandoval. 3-0 Giants. 4 straight singles.
And that's taken advantage of a 90-foot mistake when Gomez overthrew the cutoff man. And the Giants are not taking big swings. They're just using the middle of the field, and they're finding holes. 4 hits in a row.
It started out with Pagan on a 3-2 pitch, hitting a fly ball to center field. Hunter Pence, RBI number 60. Sandoval, RBI number 60. Morris is on 58. So 2 guys get to that number 60 in the same inning. Pence goes. Ouch.
Well, at 96 in the thigh, you bet it's an ouch. Teams have been trying to pitch Michael Morris inside all year long, and this one, you see the target on the inside corner, and just a heat seeker, and that's a direct hit. And the problem with getting hit there is it's at 96. It's going to continue to bunch up the rest of the night.
So here's Blanco. Blanco at 249, 0 for 4 in his career at bats against Peralta.
I mean, this is the 7th guy up in the inning, and Peralta's still only throwing 19 pitches. I can't believe after Lucroy got hit where he got hit that his heart's into blocking pitches in the dirt.
Well, I was always a big advocate of just throwing the glove at the ball and getting out of town. I'm not going to get hit there again.
No, I'm catching sideways. Change up. So Lucroy's trying to get him to go through his pitches and get some confidence in something other than the fastball. Because right now he's not getting a slider over, in the changeup, as you just saw, is not working either. So right now Peralta's 1-speeded, and if you're the Giants, and especially Blanco in a 2-0 count, you sit on 1 pitch and look either in or out, but you're looking fastball.
And a good swing, and it's out of play. Check out our Togo's big play the Togo's way yesterday. Blanco Hit one. Well, did it go in the pond? It is gone, but not in the pond, and that's Sartoga's big play. Thought for a second it might be. Peralta slowing it down. 2 balls and 1 strike, and now Blanco. You do not have to give Blanco a good reason to step out.
And he'll do it late.
He likes to do it. There's a higher strike than you usually see. It's 2-2.
That's the Dale Scott strike, and that was a changeup. First one he's thrown over.
Two and 2 with Crawford on deck.
And Peralta has slowed it down. And a lot of pitching coaches teach that when an inning starts to go against you. And it's a simple philosophy. Line drives are contagious. Hitters sort of get into that frenzied frame of mind, and they like a fast-paced inning. And when you slow things down, as Peralta has done, a lot of times guys will go out of the strike zone because they want to get some of that line drive action going themselves, so they'll chase. Beautiful sunset.
3-2. We'll see if Pence and Morse take off. See if the ground balls. He's not afraid to throw a ground ball at you. 3-2. Runners do not go, and this is pulled on the ground foul.
Well, he was not fooled on that breaking ball.
George Meyer kind of watched that one just shoot right by him down the right field line. Our ball dude.
George, you got to make a better play, brother. Come on.
George, come on. There's George. Paul Robinson. It's 3-2. Blanco's about ready to step out. Three-two pitch, and they're loaded. Good take.
That's a nice at bat.
Here's Crawford. Somebody needs. Oh, there he comes. And that boy down. He'll pick up the scraps at home plate.
Yeah, it looked like a yard sale out there around home plate there for a while.
Crawford hitting .227, 8 home runs, 50 driven in. He does have a home run against Peralta.
And reluctantly, Ron Renicky has got some activity going down in his bullpen.
Outside to Crawford.
Marco Estrada, the right-hander, starting to get heated up.
See if Crawford can get a pitch to hit. It's 1-0. And this is a potential double play ball. And it'll go 6-4-3. And that'll end the inning. 4 straight singles for the Giants. Mix in a wild pitch. Giants come up with 3. It's 3-0 after 1.
Here's our McDonald's True Stories, August 29th, 1977. What do you say we go back to Cleveland Municipal Stadium and let's listen to Joe Tate.
1-0 pitch to the left-hand batter. He drives one down the right field line, headed for the wall. It's gone! Dave Kuiper just hit his first major league home run. How about that?
Hey, look at Dwayne mend those bases.
Oh, is he one happy ball player?
Look at Buddy Bell waiting for him.
Dwayne Kuiper just hit his first big league homer.
Well, happy anniversary, partner.
A lot of mileage out of that round tripper. Here's Jonathan Lucroy. But Joe Tate, one of the great play-by-play longtime Cavaliers announcer, and he did, I don't know, 10 years or so of Indians baseball, and his partner chiming in was Herb Score, the late Herb Score, as Lucroy takes a strike. See, pretty packed there, wasn't it?
Well, hey, they're all back at school. Come on.
1 ball and 1 strike. Lucroy, 13 home runs, 60 driven in. That's hit well to right. Pence, watch out, off the second archway, and Lucroy's got a double. I didn't think he was going to slow down, and I thought he was going to hit that fence hard.
Well, there's Ben Hernandez, and he was the guy that won the contest. He called Kipe's shot, and this is his first game ever. So Ben Hernandez, who we met before the game, and let's listen to his call.
Ben.
Beautiful August night here at Municipal Stadium. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Dwayne Kuiper, and it's a counter shot to the right field fence. Back goes Nordhagen, way back to the wall, and this one is gone, ladies and gentlemen. And like Halley's Comet, you only see a home run like that once in a lifetime.
Very good.
Ben, did you have to make it a roast at the end, Ben?
Oh, that's great.
You know, when you close your eyes, it sounds like the home run calls from like the 40s, the 30s and 40s.
Hey, I mean,
it was like he was singing.
Wayne Nordhagen out in right field. I mean, he researched a little bit.
Absolutely. He came into the booth. He did say he was a bit of a musician, if I recall. 0-1 to Gerardo Parra.
Well, I bet he's a tenor. And I bet Joe Tate was a tenor. There's the defense. Giants know Gerardo Parra well. They know his hot spots. And Vogelsong also knows that you can get him above the hands, and he will chase.
Yep, got a little post job with Ben. That's Ben's brother who talked him into doing the call. Two balls and one strike. And just got a piece of it. Parra did. It's 2-2.
The back foot slider. Go back there again. And the inside part of the plate with Parra. I mean, you can go above the hands with a fastball. You can back foot him with the slider. And he will chase. But he's got popped. Make mistakes out over the plate. He can hurt you. Good player. I thought this was a good pickup for Milwaukee. Right before the trade deadline, they made the deal with Arizona. Just a little bit low.
Three and two. Lyle Overbay on deck, and this is down the left field line. That'll be a souvenir. All right. Man, the girls are having fun.
Yes, they are.
Another 3-2 pitch coming up to Gerardo Parra with Lucroy at second base. And this is hit on the ground to Morris. Nice play. Parra retired. Lucroy to third. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, the Giants organization has announced the players that they'll be sending to the Arizona Fall League. 7 guys will be part of the Scottsdale Scorpions, including 4 pitchers, outfielder Daniel Carbonell from Cuba, and a couple of infielders, including Matt Duffy. Guys, I spoke to Matt briefly about playing in the Fall League. He said he's very excited. It's exactly where he wants to be in his young career. Dwayne?
All right, good stuff. And Giants fans should be excited about that group.
A lot of talent coming up.
Here's Overbay. Overbay 1 for 10 in his career against Vogelsong.
But he's been hot. His last 13 at bats, 7 hits.
And that's out of play. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he just didn't hold it long enough.
He dropped it?
Yeah, he got a few boos.
No. Maybe another shot later. What do you think?
That could happen.
2 balls and 1 strike. Herrera on deck. Vogelsong working hard here in the second inning. Worked hard in the first. Bounces this one. Crawford behind the bag. Overbay will pick up an RBI. It's 3-1, 2 outs.
Well, check out the Giant Race. There are still applications available. You can still sign up for it. Giants Race is September 7th. There are 3 races, the half marathon, the 10K, and the 5K. And to emphasize that there are limited registrations. So you got to get on it right now because it will sell out. It sells out every year and it's a blast.
So here's Herrera.
There's the Pinot Noir Commodore. Think they're drinking any wine out there?
Yeah.
Yep, there's a Giants fan. She's got her orange on.
There's a strike to Herrera, hitting .279. He's 0 for 3 against Vogelsong lifetime. That's going to be in the seats. Sandoval will give it a look. It's 1-2. Nobody on, 2 outs, a run in. And that's pulled foul.
You know, in the grand scheme of things, this is a big out for Vogelsong to get, because if he could get it, that means he could lead off the top of the third with a pitcher leading off. Peralta on deck.
It's going to be a tough play. Vogelsong is going to come up short. It'll be an infield hit.
One of those good luck hits. When it hits on home plate, if you have a guy with speed, especially from the left side, I mean, he just don't have a chance.
So here's the pitcher, Peralta. Peralta 3 for 47. And he takes a strike. And that pitch is wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2.
Check that runner.
And that'll end the inning. Brewers are on the board. Giants are coming up. It's 3-1 San Francisco.
Headed down to South America Tuesday, September 2nd at 9 p.m. You can see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Harbaugh took his yearly missionary trip to Peru, and Sportsnet Central's David Feldman was along for the trip and brings you the entire story. Harbaugh and his group built homes, delivered food, and taught football to boys in the area. That's Peru ball, September 2nd, 9 p.m. right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. 3-1 Giants. We're in the bottom of the second inning.
So here's Vogelsong. Vogelsong 5 for 47. Does have a couple of RBIs, Pagan, and then Panic. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Oh yeah. Dad gets to hang on to all the stuff. 2-2 now.
That's what dads are for, man. You have no idea that when you have a child, you are going to become a Sherpa. And you're going to be hauling and toting and hauling. No complaints. Now, that was 95 right under the chin of Vogelsong. And I don't think he truly appreciated this. They set up away, and there it comes right up there, and it got on him quick. And you will see your life pass before your very eyes. Kind of amaze yourself as to how quickly you can move. And Vogelsong definitely accelerated his bat speed. So that's 6 pitches now, and he's ticked off. That might be the best swing he's had all year.
Yeah. You'll tick me off swing.
Seven pitches. he's got the look, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got the tick me off look.
Eight pitches.
Well, Vogelsong's in the swing mode.
Last year, I mean, he got hit in the hand, broke his little finger on his throwing hand in 5 places, had to put 5 pins in it. So he's a little sensitive to that inside pitch.
And a fair ball down the right field line. Do not mess with Vogelsong.
And he's still not smiling. It's one of the best at bats of the year right there. This is not a hanger either. It's on the outside corner. Pow! Right down the right field line where you're supposed to. Let's just say that he had his attention. And that was on the 9th pitch.
Ninth pitch.
That is a macho at bat, and all the boys on the bench digging it.
So here's Pagan. And Pagan tries to hold up. Pagan hit a fly ball to center field. And he pops this one out of play. Joe Panic on deck. Down low, good take, 1-2.
Good pitch, good take. I mean, that's an 89-mile-an-hour breaking ball. It just falls off the table. when you're in the protect mode, I mean, a lot of guys are going to go swing at that one.
Hit well to center field. Gomez on the move. Still on the move, and he can't get it. And it bounces off the top of the wall. And stopping at third is Vogelsong. Pagan hit that ball very well.
That's 2 hits in this inning, both in 2-strike counts. And Pagan almost caught Vogelsong at second base.
He did.
They set the target away for Peralta. And the ball comes back middle in, and he just puts a jolt. Now, Carlos Gomez will play shallow because he knows he has great range. And we're talking about 360 degrees of great range. And Vogelsong had to make sure that this ball was not going to get caught.
So here's Panic. Brewers will pull the infield halfway. And Panic takes down low. Lucroy looking in the glove to see if it's in there.
See the way that Lucroy is going after those balls in the dirt like a shortstop's trying to backhand a ball. I mean, it's not the proper hand position. And I mean, he's gotten away with it, but I guess at 97 miles an hour, you try and get your glove down there as fast as you can, but he's asking for problems. The ball's in the dirt. He is a very good catcher. I don't want to dog this guy.
Yep. He's an all-star.
One of the guys who really has been a good pro for a long time, finally getting some recognition. Complete player.
Foul right the end of the Giants dugout where some of our camera people are, also where Amy G has been known to spend some time. Panic with a base hit to right field in the first. Here he shoots this one, and it's caught by Jeanette.
Another good at bat from Joe Panic. He's really been kind of hitting into some tough luck. Hitting the ball hard, but it's finding gloves. Smile smooth.
Oh yeah, here's Posey. Posey singled in the first inning. Infield again, not all the way in. Outside 1-0.
Yeah, he's got an open base here, and he can nibble on a corner. It's a strikeout situation for Peralta, and he's very comfortable in that type of challenge. But with an open base here, and the fact that he can put the ball on the ground a lot, he doesn't really care. He gives him anything in the strike zone is a mistake.
Plus, look, they got scouts, they pay attention, and they know that right now this is the hottest hitter in this Giants lineup. And he gets a strike on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Now, one thing about Peralta, I mean, he's really not been between the knees of Lucroy very consistently tonight. He set a lot of targets outside, and the ball's gone inside, and vice versa. It's not as sharp as we saw him in Milwaukee.
And a base hit to left field. Pagan is going to slide and put on the brakes. Do not challenge that guy. It's 4-1.
Nice. Gerardo Parra, the Giants know him too well. One of the best assist men in baseball. A little unusual to be seeing him in left field when he was in right field all his time with the Diamondbacks. But let's go back to the at-bat. They set it inside, and a little bit of a leakage out over the middle of the plate. And that's a mistake. We saw Lucroy come reach across. They wanted that ball off the plate. If they miss in. They did not want to miss out of the plate. Watch the glove come back, reaching across. There's the mistake out over the plate. And with the drawn in infield, it limits the range of Herrera. So the Giants with a 4-run lead now.
Here's Sandoval. And a strike on the outside corner. Sandoval bounced a base hit up the middle in the first. He knocked in his 60th run of the season. Pagan at third, Posey at first. Sandoval waiting patiently. Lifts this one down the left field line. And it's going to be foul. It's 0-2. Herrera gave it a pretty good effort. If he catches it, however, Pagan's going to score from third. Is that a corn dog?
Suddenly I want a corn dog.
I can tell you how many of those I've had in my life. One.
That was it?
That was it.
Oh, no. I'm all over the corn dog.
1-2. Pence in the on-deck circle. Fidgety as always. Back is Buster Posey. One-two pitch. Here it is. Sandoval hits that one before it hits the dirt and fouls it out of play.
Well, Peralta may go right back down there in that dirt, and you've got to block it if you're Lucroy, the runner at third. He goes up. "54 pitches. And most of what he's throwing tonight has been in the stretch position. It has been stress inning, both the first and now the second.
Look out.
Now with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. So he is definitely digging deep.
All right.
Nice.
Dave Fleming's back.
This kid shaves more than Dave Fleming does.
Dave will be back, by the way, tomorrow. 2-2. Here it is to Sandoval. And you got him.
98 with two-seam movement. I mean, that's just perfect pitch in the outside corner. So there's the strikeout that Peralta was pitching for, and this is his first strikeout of the game. And that, folks, is unhittable. Two-seam movement just exploded away from Sandoval in perfect location.
So here's Pence. Hunter Pence singled, knocked in a run in the first. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Giants picked up a run here in the second. Vogelsong led the inning off with a base hit, and he has scored. Pence taps this one foul, 0-2.
That's the same pitch that he threw to strike out Sandoval. That's a 97-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball. And if you're hitting from the right side, that thing will start boring in on you. And at that velocity, you can get eaten up very quickly if you're hitting off it from the right side. And it did. In a one-strike count, I mean, Pence took a swing like it was a two-strike count. It totally broke him down.
In the dirt, there's the block you're talking about, 1-2. Pagan at third, Posey at first. 3 hits in the inning. And Pence bounces this one. It's slowed down by Peralta, and Pence has got an infield hit and an RBI. It's 5-1. The ground attack is alive and well in San Francisco.
Well, I'll say. And the one thing about Pence, I mean, you know how he busts down that line. So if you have a little bit of a bobble as a pitcher, see it hitting the heel of the glove, Peralta couldn't make the clean exchange.
No, not only that, Mike, it's hit right at Jeanette.
Second baseman Scooter Jeanette. I mean, that's an easy 4-3 game ender or inning ender.
Here's Morris hit by a pitch in the first. One ball and no strikes.
61st pitch of the night for Peralta.
Hit to right. Drawn back. Side retired. Giants are on the board twice here in the second. Manny Pacquiao is in the house, and we'll have the champ with us when we come back. 5-1 Giants. Not only do the Giants have a 5-1 lead, but we also have the champ with us, and that's Manny Pacquiao. And
Yes.
Manny, welcome to San Francisco. Welcome to AT&T Park. It's
Thank
good
you
to
so
have
much.
you here.
Thank you for being here.
All right. We'll show you a little highlight of Manny throwing out the first pitch. It was actually very cool. As Carlos Gomez is going to lead things off. Gomez drew a walk in the first inning. And the first pitch to Gomez is a breaking ball high.
So, Manny, you look good in that uni.
Yeah,
Nice looking uniform.
Yes.
She's got Manny Pacquiao on the back. Wow.
Number 11.
Here's the 1-0 delivery to Gomez, and he pops one up. Morris and Pence, can anybody get there? No. Here's what we were talking about. Manny throwing out the first pitch. There's his group on the field before the game. All right. Manny, a lefty.
Lefty, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There with Chris Algieri, who you will fight in China November 22nd.
Yes. In Macau, China, yes.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Gomez and a call strike, 1-2.
I want to get this right. The first and only 8 division world champion. You've won 10 world titles, and the first to win the lineal championship in 4 different weight classes. Now, aside from that, you also are a professional basketball player.
Yeah.
Yes, in the Philippines.
So you have definitely, you're not afraid. You're ready to take on any task.
Yes, I'm not afraid. I dream limitless.
Here's Pence who makes the catch.
Well, that's true. I mean, you're an actor. You record music. You're a politician. So obviously, you're not ever going to retire.
No, not yet.
No. But it's great to see the following you have here. We have a strong Filipino community here, and you are an idol and a hero in many ways. And it's just was exciting to see how you were received coming into this ballpark. You got a nice cheer.
Yes, thank you for welcoming me here. This is my 3rd time here. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the last time you were here, you got a bobblehead.
Yeah,
Here's Scooter Gennett. I think the coolest thing you can say about anybody is when they say, pound for pound, the best boxer. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you weigh right now?
147.
147. That's about as much as the guy who caught your pitch, Sergio Romo, weighs. You guys look like you came from the same mold. 0-2 to Scooter Gennett. And that's fouled out of play. If you were a baseball player, I'm guessing the position that you would play would be center field. Yeah? Second base, center field.
I used to play in elementary for this baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to play. I was a pitcher.
A lefty pitcher.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2 to Gennett. And a bouncing ball to Panic. Panic from the outfield grass. So before the game, you had a chance to take in some conversation with and then take a little betting.
That was how Jerry did not like getting thrown at. So you're hitting right-handed, left-handed, so you're a switch hitter. You met Pablo Sandoval. Did you have fun today?
Yeah.
What was the best part?
Being here in Bay Area.
Here's Braun, who bounces this one to Crawford. So that's a nice inning for Vogelsong. Manny, look, good luck in China.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. And you're always welcome here because you look good in this Giants uniform.
Yes, thank you. And also, San Francisco is like Philippines. There are a lot of Filipino here. So
you'd like to say hello to all of them.
Yes.
All right. Manny Pacquiao.
Yes.
Thanks,
all right. When we come back,
good luck to you.
Giants, they will have Blanco to lead things off. It's a 5-1 lead. 5-1 lead for the Giants as Gregor Blanco stands in. Blanco drew a walk in the first. I don't think I want to fight that guy, even though he's a little guy.
No.
I shook his hand, and I thought I was shaking Orlando Cepeda's hand.
He would hurt us, partner. He'd probably take us both on, and it would not be much of a match.
When we were young or now?
Both.
Here's the 0-1 to Blanco. Foul back. At the Gotham Club this afternoon.
It's Chris Algieri. But if you have never seen the Gotham Club, there's two different sections of the Gotham Club. One's on the 4th level here at the ballpark. The other one is behind the out-of-town scoreboard out in right field. It's unbelievable.
Out of play.
So clearly, if you come to the yard, want to bowl a few lanes or shoot a little pool, that's where the other segment, right behind that portion of the out-of-town scoreboard, is a restaurant. And you can see the elevator that takes you down to the restaurant. And all around here is where the bar is, the Gotham Club. It's fantastic. And you go there 90 minutes before the game, 90 minutes after the game. Of course, you can go there during the game if you want. But the out-of-town scoreboard operators are there working their scoreboard. So there's lots to see. I saw it yesterday for the first time. It's pretty cool, partner.
Well, I wasn't invited, so
maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Invitations in the mail. 3-2. And the payoff to Blanco. And Peralta right now is totally out of whack.
Puts himself right back in the stretch. Well, the historic orange and red seats from Candlestick Park are on sale. Candlestick Park Legends program just expanded its roster as you can now purchase 49ers Hall of Famers Steve Young and Jerry Rice. They will have autographed seats, as well as Mays and Montana, Mays and McCovey, Montana and Dwight Clark, McCovey and Will Clark, and others. Go to sfgiants.com/candlestick memories and check it out.
So here's Crawford. Crawford hit into an inning-ending double play with the bases loaded in the first inning. Down low. .70 pitches with no outs in the third inning.
Well, and Giants have got the leadoff hitter on in the second and the third. Here in the third, with the one out, they got their base hit in the first inning. So basically, the whole night.
And the throw down is not in time as Blanco steals it.
Basically, the whole night he's been in the stretch, and he's been slow out of the stretch. And here, Pagan taking advantage of it. Head first slide. Not a whole lot that Herrera could do. Outstanding jump by Blanco. Giants not taking the foot off the gas pedal. And you can't against this Milwaukee Brewer offense. They are very, very potent. You got to keep adding on.
Crawford, left center field. Parra on the move. He will catch. And Blanco's going to tag and make it easily.
Well, Ryan Vogelsong's first at bat. What do you say we take a look at the pitching sequence? First pitch, strike one. 0-1. Here we go. And there's a quick 0-2. Now, just misses outside. And here, not even close. And here's the pitch. Look out. Now all of a sudden that got Vogelsong's attention. And it was game on with every swing that he had. And it finally wound up being an opposite field base hit on the 9th pitch.
Vogelsong on one hop to Ramirez. Nice at bat. 2 outs. And Pagan's got a shot. Hey, John Miller will be in to sit here with Mike. Innings 4, 5, and 6. I'll head over to the KNBR side. I'll be back here in the 7th. Dave Fleming is doing a college football game tonight. Dave will be on a plane tomorrow morning, and he will be here for the game tomorrow night. It's becoming a bit much, that Dave Fleming, with all of his extra work. Quite popular now around the country.
He's in high demand.
People ask us now all the time, hey, do you know Dave Fleming? Yeah, well, we do.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Nice block by Lucroy. Much better glove position there to block. Classic way, the way you're trained.
One and 0 to Angel Pagan. Doubled and scored in the 2nd. This guy's got the big fist.
Yep.
At some point, I don't know if it's brother or friend, but somebody might get gently touched with that big fist.
Think
What do you
might
think?
wear one right in the side of the head?
Yeah, I do.
Well, that's how Manny Pacquiao got started.
I'll bet his dad has warned him a couple of times. And a base hit to left field. Pagan serves it to left, and it's 6-1. Ownage is ownage.
That was a thing of beauty. Control the bat head. And that was not a hanger either. That's 2-seam, high velocity at 96, going away. You try and pull it, you roll over, it's a ground ball to second baseman. Here you stay inside and you just throw it into left field. He makes it look easy.
Here's Panic. Panic takes down low. Uh-oh, I'm telling you.
Well,
no, he's just going to go up and down the aisle looking for somebody to give him fist. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You get the big fist on, you got to take advantage of it.
Give me some knuckles.
There's a strike.
Well, you give a fist like that to a 7-year-old kid, and you talk about imagination gone wild.
Dad's getting the whole program. Yeah, all right. If this is going to keep Junior occupied, fine. I got no problem.
We're good. We'll start filling it full of popcorn here in about the 6th inning.
He's got a little sister on the left. Is he breaking out the licorice?
Or Red Hots? Or...
Yeah.
They're having fun.
Mom got the night off. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1. Is this all part of the same family? Or is he just going door to door?
He may make it around the entire stadium.
Pagan goes and a bouncing ball to Jeanette. And this is going to end the inning. John on the board one more time. John Miller will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. It's 6-1 Giants.
Tomorrow, 6:05 start. First 20,000 fans receive an orange and black top hat courtesy of State Farm. And Sunday, the 31st, is Star Wars night. Well, make it day at 1:05. It's a 1:05 start. First 20,000 fans will receive an R2-D2 Giants beanie. Tickets are available for all 3 Brewers weekend games. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets. Tomorrow night, it's going to be Jake Peavy and Mike Fiers. A couple of Milwaukee fans not happy with the score as the Giants lead 6-1. We're at the top of the 4th. Here to tell you about it, John Miller.
Yeah, whenever they grow those mustaches, it means they're not happy. Crawford throws out Aramis Ramirez, and just like that, there is one away.
Well, that's a nice way to start the inning, John. A 1-pitch out. And so far tonight, the Giants have had no problem with Willie Peralta. Much different Peralta we've seen tonight than last time we saw him in Milwaukee.
They're just not very sharp. They had their chances against him early in the game earlier this month, 3 weeks ago, and did not make good on it. And then he sort of got stronger as the game went along. But tonight, a different story.
Well, the Giants know, too. They have to keep adding on. They respect this Milwaukee Brewer offense. It's a potent offense. It's a very confident offense.
Lucroy, and it's a called strike. Lucroy, who has doubled in his only previous appearance. Lucroy leads the National League in doubles. He got 45 doubles, and nobody else is even close to him. And that's very rare for a catcher to lead the league in doubles.
He's a good player. And it took a long time for the world of baseball to appreciate what this guy has done in a Brewers uniform. But he's the complete package. I mean, he runs that pitching staff. He's a good balls and strikes caller. Or good pitch caller, I should say. He's not an umpire yet. And he's a fantastic hitter. I mean, he's an all-star in every way, shape, or form. Big part of why they're in first place in that National League Central.
Yadier Molina was voted in as the starter behind the plate for the National League All-Star team this year, but he could not play with an injury, and Lucroy ended up being the starting catcher for the National League. Pence on the run, gets there. Lucroy took aim at that right field wall, and he had one land high into the second archway for a double his first time, and he went back out there again this time, but Pence able to catch up to it. 2 down, and here is Gerardo Parra. Parra grounded out his first time. Is that, do we have a little fog heading in?
I think we do.
You don't call it fog, though. You call it the marine layer.
The marine layer. Either that or the building's on fire. It's one of those 3 things.
I'm guessing it's the marine layer. Or maybe the Marines are here. That's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Parra.
You're a co-signer. Did you have any marine layer out there this morning when you got up?
We did. So, and we hadn't had it. Living out on the coast side this week. Been sort of like living in Maui. That's a foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 6:05 first pitch here tomorrow with Jake Peavy going for the Giants against Fiers, and the day game on Sunday, Bumgarner and Loesch. Maybe the 3 top starters for the Brewers are the 3 going in the series this weekend. 2 down, nobody on, and it's too high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
One thing we've noticed, John, since coming back to San Francisco, this homestand, is how differently the ballpark is playing. Starting to see more carry to right field than you saw it for the most part of this year, and that's kind of par for September as things start to heat up here.
On the inside corner, strike 3 called, and that's a quick inning for Ryan Vogelsong. 10 pitches and out. Posey, Pablo, Pence coming up.
The Toyota Prius. Manny Pacquiao led the league in smiles today. Hunter Pence had his smile on. Gamer babes were ready. And there were some Brewer fans in attendance. On Orange Friday, we saw lots of orange, lots of smiles. And our Prius cam got them all.
Well, the Brewers make a pitching change. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts with Marco Estrada with the starting pitcher. Peralta having allowed 6 runs and 9 hits in only 3 innings and having thrown 80 pitches. So Estrada is in.
This is what he has done in 29 games, 7-6 with a 4.62 ERA. Kind of a 3-pitch guy. Fastball, curveball, changeup. Got a fastball to be right at 90 mile an hour. He's got a little funk to his delivery. He starts out real slow and then kind of jumps at you with a high 3/4 release. Yeah, that's a good curveball right there. If he's getting that thing over, I mean, that's his bread and butter. It sets up everything.
Brandon Crawford and the hitting instructor Bam Bam Mullins talking it over. Buster. The high fastball right after that curveball, and it's now 0-2.
All right, time now for our cold hard facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Take a look at the hot hitter that Buster Posey is. The last 8 games, hitting .478 off fastballs, .364 off speed stuff. He is lighted up at a tune of 429. That's our cold hard facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Buster fighting that one off at 90 miles an hour, down and away. Buster has hit 2 singles in this game, and it has a run batted in. 2 for 2 and a .292 batting average for the year. Too low with the changeup. 1-2. Meanwhile, on the out-of-town scoreboard, the Padres holding a 2-1 lead over the Dodgers. They are in the top of the 6th inning down there.
Look out. A little different getting buzzed at 89 as opposed to getting buzzed 98 miles an hour, as we saw Peralta.
And a couple guys got buzzed by Peralta, didn't they?
So Vogelsong did.
Buster skies this one down the right field line. Braun racing in and Overbay out, but it falls. Still 2-2 to Buster.
When you get buzzed on a high 90 fastball, it does change your perspective on things. And as it turned out, it was the best at bat we saw Vogelsong have in a Giants uniform. He wound up getting a hit after 9 pitches.
2-2 to Buster. And here it comes. Low and outside, ball 3. Pablo Sandoval is on deck. 3-2 the count. Herrera knocks it down and no more. A base hit for Buster Posey, his 3rd of the night. And now let's go down to Amy G.
All right, John, we've got a new edition of Bull Shootin'. It's up and ready at csnbayarea.com. It features Sergio Romo. Guys, he talks about how his role has changed in the bullpen. He also shares his thoughts on his teammate, Yusmeiro Petit, and how he set a new major league record for retiring consecutive batters. Gentlemen?
All right, it'll be, sounds like fun. Congratulations again to Yusmeiro Petit. And I know you saw Jim Barr tonight, whose National League record he bested yesterday before he then went ahead and bested the Major League record a few batters later. Got the low strike there to Pablo.
Well, it's a handle that he's worn for 42 years, and Jim Barr was, he texted us during the game yesterday how excited he was for Petit, what it meant to him, and he came out to the ballpark today with his son-in-law, and he just wanted to tell Petit congratulations.
Well, that was cool. That's a nice thing for Petit to experience. The guy's record that he broke coming by to congratulate him on it the next day. Classy thing to do for Jim Barr. 1 strike to count. Pablo on a changeup. Foul tip that one. 0-2. Pablo singled in a run back in the first inning, and then he struck out in the second. He's 1 for 2. Facing Estrada for the first time.
Let's see where LaCroix takes this one. LaCroix gets it right in the chest, and he's been taking a beat back there tonight.
Estrada with a throw to first, and Buster is back to the bag. 0-2 the count.
There's some nights as a catcher that you feel like the game of baseball is kind of picking on you, and you'll get hit 5 or 6 times.
Very high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cardinals lost tonight on the out-of-town score, but they were a half game ahead of the Giants for the first wild card spot. The Cubs clobbered them 7-2, and the young guys went deep. Jorge Soler went deep twice.
Wow.
His 3rd game, he's got 3 home runs already. He's hitting .636. In the dirt. Dug out by LaCroix, and it's 2-2. And Alcantara, another one of the young guys, the center fielder, he homered. And Javier Baez, the young second baseman, had a 2-run double. There's some excitement being generated there in Chicago suddenly. The Cubs start bringing up these young stars for the minor leagues. 2-2 the count. And he struck him out. 1 away. Now Hunter Pence will come up. Here's the look from upstairs here at AT Park. I'm sure nobody in the Giants clubhouse is thinking about any kind of wild card stuff. But by the way, if you're saying, well, the Cardinals are the first wild card, the Giants are the second wild card, so what if they end up being a wild card? Well, the difference is those 2 wild card teams have to play a 1-game playoff the day after the season's over, or right after the season's over, as Pence takes a called strike. And the team that's the first wild card team, they get the game at home. Giants, I'm sure, still going after the Dodgers, and they began the day only 4 games behind the Dodgers in the loss column. Plenty of time to catch them if they can get hot. Off the outside this time. The Giants 4.5 back of the Dodgers, 4 in the loss column. They've played 1 less game than LA. At the moment, this very moment after the Cardinals lost, they're dead even for the first 2 wild card spots. Then Atlanta and Pittsburgh on the outside looking in right now, but not by much. And that's a ball too low. The Braves tonight beat Miami 5-2 in Atlanta. And Justin Upton has started playing like an MVP here the last few weeks. He's putting up some big numbers. Hit his 26th home run tonight. And the Pirates won their game over the Reds 2-1 in Pittsburgh. Pence skies one foul off the right field line. Every time you see him swinging up there and you think, what's he doing? Then it comes back to you. He just hit one about 400 something feet up in his eyes. Yeah,
he's looking for that. I can't think of anybody that can do more with the high pitch above the shoulders than Hunter Pence.
2-2. And that changeup is low. I love the comment by Jordan Zimmerman, who gave up the home run in the first inning. On a pitch, it was up as high as Hunter Pence's eyes. And he said, well, I wasn't disappointed at all. I made the pitch, and he's the only guy in baseball who could do that.
Yeah, he's probably right.
So I just sloughed it off and didn't worry about it. Buster running. That ball hit hard to Herrera. And this is not in time.
I'm sure that the Brewers are going to take a look at this one. Dan Asonia, first base umpire, and he's a very good base umpire.
Renicki's going out. And the bench coach, Jerry Narron, And apparently the word is no.
Hunter Pence hustling as he always does, and it pays off right here. Yeah, he beat it out. Just bang, bang. But even if it was completely a tie, it wouldn't have been overturned. It's got to be clear the other way in order for it to be overruled.
Ball's got to be in the glove before the hitter hits the bag. So here's Michael Morse, who has been hit by a pitch and flied out to right center. That's an error, by the way, charged to Elian Herrera. First error of the game. 2 men on, 1 man out. The changeup. Nose on the swing, says Sogna. The count, 1 ball to no strikes. That ball could have been a double play, although you never assume a double play with Hunter Pence running. But had he fielded it clean, the ball was hit so hard right at Herrera. So this inning might otherwise be over had he fielded it. Two and out.
Giants have had a lot of good hitters counts in this game. Here's the hustle we're talking about. He's only got 1 speed, and that's all out. And it's that kind of hustle that makes a difference.
He got an infield hit that knocked in a run in the 2nd inning. He's got 22 infield hits this year. And the changeup low again, 3-0.
2-0 changeup, and that's really what Estrada has to do. I mean, he's got to stay out of the fastball in fastball counts. He's got to throw his off-speed stuff. He's a finesse guy. They may turn Morse loose right here.
It's off the corner. Really looked like he was pitching around him. Even though first base wasn't empty, the bases are now loaded for Gregor Blanco.
Anytime you walk a runner over to third, I mean, that's a mistake. I mean, you always talk about an open base when you have a base to play with. When you're down 5 runs and there's less than 2 outs, and you walk a guy and load those bases and sit that runner over third base with less than 2 outs, I mean, that's a mistake. And very quickly, Rick Kranitz come out, talked to him a little about it. I'm sure he's not too happy. It may have been a little bit of a bark he was chewing on Estrada about. He's got a challenge. Go out there and you tell a guy, believe in your stuff. Let's go.
So Posey led off the inning with a single. Saw the ball struck out. Pence reached on the error by Herrera. Now Morse has walked. The bases are loaded. 1 out. Blanco has walked twice and scored a run in this game. And that is a pop-up back out of play foul. Strike 1.
Blanco's been hot. Too good a pass tonight with the 2 walks. I mean, they were really grinding at bats. The kind where you see a lot of pitches, you fight off good stuff, get the pass.
You see the runners. Posey, Pence, Morse from third back to first. 1 out. The middle infield double play depth for Milwaukee. The third baseman, Aramis Ramirez, playing in on the edge of the infield grass. And the changeup is low.
The soft stuff.
You see how they're playing it. Blanco's been swinging the bat well lately. He launched a 2-run homer yesterday in the 2nd inning up onto the arcade down the right field line. Low with the fastball. 2-1. Blanco's average, his whole offensive game has been ascending here lately. He's had 9 hits in his last 23 at bats. And over the longer haul, his last 41 games, he's hit over 300. Pagan, who's had 2 hits, a run scored, a run batted in tonight, watching from the dugout. Giants with a chance to open it up a little bit here. And a mighty swing and a miss on that changeup. 2-2.
Just not giving into the fastball at all. Estrada staying with changeups and curveballs and sliders and anything but a fastball right now.
2-2. Posey, Pence, Morse from third to second to first, getting their leads. And back to the changeup in the dirt. Full count now. The wind has picked up a little bit and it's blowing out toward left. The more of the wind that we're used to seeing here during the summertime at AT&T Park was blowing out toward the bay earlier and there wasn't much wind blowing in the first place. 3-2 with 1 out. The bases loaded. Check swing foul right over toward Crawford in the on deck circle.
After all the soft stuff that Blanco has seen, the 3-2 fastball at 90 miles an hour right off the hands, it really got in there. I mean, he was lucky to foul that thing off. And that's the beauty of a lot of soft stuff. It makes that 90 mile an hour fastball look like 95, especially when you put it on the hands inside corner.
Marco Estrada into his stretch. And he walks in a run. And Blanco walks for the third time in a row. That makes it 7-1 Giants.
Another great at bat. I mean, these are grinding walks that he's producing. And those are the type of at bats you get when you're hot. I mean, you see the strike zone so well. You got to keep adding on. I mean, that's the mentality they have to have all weekend with this Milwaukee club.
And Ron Renicky must be wondering what's going on here in San Francisco. His starting pitcher, who's been his biggest winner, Willie Peralta, threw 80 pitches in the first 3 innings. And now his first reliever, Estrada, has thrown 30 pitches here in the 4th inning and only has 1 man out. Crawford, and it's 0-1. Brandon has grounded into a double play to end the first inning, and he also hit a fly ball deep to left center to help set up a run back in the 3rd. So Posey has scored. Pence at 3rd, Morse at 2nd, Blanco at 1st. The infield looking for the double play ball. Did he swing on that changeup? No, apparently he did not. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, there's the official point toward the third base umpire, Quinn Wolcott. How often do you see when you ask for the appeal to the third base umpire or the first base umpire about 20 seconds after the pitch, how often is it ruled a swing?
Never. And that's the first thing that's said on the dugout. Oh, we waited too long.
A ball and a strike. Yeah, he changed up again.
That's a good changeup, no doubt. And he does have the confidence to throw that in any count. We've already seen that.
He also has thrown just a few too many pitches out of the strike zone in the inning. The Giants have made him work. 33 pitches thrown, 17 have not been strikes. But he's ahead of Crawford now. Vogelsong on deck. And the changeup was pulled foul.
If you want motivation, if you're Estrada, you look down the bullpen. There's nobody there but a ball dude. So you're on your own. I mean, this is your inning. There is no help. So ball dude, George Meyer.
He's the brother of our friend Julia Bromley. You see her at the ballpark a lot. Up near the Sacramento area. 1-2 pitch. Overbay that gets 1. Herrera back to first, not in time. It was dropped anyway. Hunter Pence in to score. Morse over to 3rd. Blanco went in with a hard slide on Herrera at 2nd. And an RBI for Brandon Crawford. It is 8-1 Giants.
Take a look at the heat that Pagan puts on the play, upending Herrera. Blanco coming in, and tell you what, Blanco probably could have been called because he really wasn't close to second base. And if they say that a runner goes out of his way to get a middle infielder, that you could call a double play, and I think they had an argument there.
You got to be able to touch the bag. And if you can't, then they'll just call it a double play. Out of play by Vogelsong, who's had a hit and a run scored. But he needs to watch that, because now this is the Giants are leading 8-1 here, but that could happen in a spot where they badly need a run, and it might be turned into a double play and cost them a run. Crawford at first. Vogelsong at the plate. That's a strike. 0-2. 37th pitch of the inning thrown by Estrada. So the two Brewers pitchers in the first 4 innings have combined for 117 pitches thrown.
I bet Estrada hasn't had a 37th pitch inning all year.
And Estrada's got it. And the inning is over. The Giants get 2 more runs. They have scored in each of the first 4 innings. Vogelsong back to the bottom of the 5th, leading 8-1.
Is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Fans, there's a new morning newscast in town, Telemundo 48 Primera Edición. The Bay Area's only Spanish language morning news with live news, weather, and traffic. So tell your friends. Watch Telemundo 48 Primera Edición weekdays from 5 a.m. until 7 a.m. A las 5 a las 6. No, 7. Maybe you'll get the whole thing if you just watch from 5 to 6. But if you keep watching, you'll get even more, perhaps, until 7.
Una hora más.
My idea is to get up at 5, watch until 6, and then go back to bed.
Yeah, that's all you need. Got your updates.
Overbay, base hit to right. Lyle Overbay, the pride of Centralia, Washington. So he's aboard, and his first hit of the night. He had knocked in the Brewers' only run with a ground ball to short back in the 2nd inning. And by the way, you might say, well, what do you mean from Centralia, Washington? I was up there for a wedding year before last.
Yeah.
Centralia is the kind of a town when you kind of hit the city limits, there's a sign that says, "Welcome to Centralia, birthplace of Lyle Overbay."
Well, that's good.
Near the state capitol up there, Olympia.
It's kind of like Hoyleton, Illinois, birthplace of Kirk Reeder, who was here last night, by the way.
I saw him. Woody and Rob Den.
Rob Den. Will Clark in town for Willie McCovey's golf tournament that was held yesterday at Harding Park.
Beauty right on the outside corner with that breaking ball. Strike 2 to Herrera. Giants lead 8-1 back of Vogelsong here in the 5th. Giants owed Vogelsong a few runs, I think. So they've been shut out 5 times in his starts here at home. Or shut out while he was in the game anyway.
Well, it hasn't happened tonight. He's got to look up at that scoreboard and go, wow, what? Am I dreaming?
1-2. Giants with 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and 2 more in the fourth. They've scored in each of the first 4 innings and lead 8-1. By the way, speaking about Washington, the Washington Nationals are playing up in Washington State, up in Seattle tonight, which doesn't often happen. And they're facing King Felix, the great right-hander of the Mariners, one of the best pitchers in the game, premier American League pitcher. And they roughed him up. 4 homers in the first 4 innings at Safeco Field by the Nats against Felix Hernandez of the Mariners. Rather shocking. They lead 5-2 there in the last of the 7th. That's another base hit to right. Vogelsong got ahead of Herrera, and then Herrera ends up getting the base hit. 2 men on, and Marco Estrada, the pitcher, will come up. Estrada only 3 hits, 31 at bats. Sometimes I guess you just look at what the pitcher's done, and you already know what he's going to do when he gets up there.
He's going to bunt for all 3 strikes.
Leadoff man, Carlos Gomez is on deck. One thing about this Milwaukee team, and they may feel a little more confident when they're at Miller Park because that's a great place in which to hit. But they have a lot of guys who can cut into a lead. They start getting men on base at the bottom of the order. They can score runs in a hurry. And Vogelsong is struggling big time here. A guy up there trying to make an out, and he has missed badly with 2 straight pitches. 2-0.
Well, you're right about this Milwaukee offense. I mean, they can erupt. They can put a crooked number up on the board in a hurry. And it doesn't make a difference where they play. They just got through coming out of San Diego, and they won a game there 10-1 in a very pitcher-friendly ballpark.
Well, he poured that fastball in there for a strike at 89 miles an hour as Estrada was taking all the way. 2-1. He has a look at third base coach Ed Cedar.
But you know, you have the attitude playing against this offense that you have to keep scoring, you have to keep adding on, and that's not a bad frame of mind to be in this time of year as an offense.
There's the bunt. Vogelsong will get the out at first with Joe Panic, the second baseman, covering. So Overbay to third, Herrera to second, and there is one away.
Well, if the Brewers are going to get back into it, this becomes a big at bat. And you don't see many leadoff hitters in baseball that have the numbers that Carlos Gomez has. 21 homers, 64 RBIs. An all-star. And he is dangerous.
Gomez has walked and stolen a base, and he is flied out to shallow right center. Runners at second and third. A base hit could mean a couple of runs here. Hit hard to center. Pagan gets there. Sort of a little Willie Mays basket style catch there. Scoring on the sacrifice fly, Overbay, also moving up. Herrera to third. And it is 8-2 Giants. Gomez hit that one very hard.
Watch the bat flip. It really has become the signature of Carlos Gomez. Yasiel Puig, similar reputation with flipping the bat.
With 2 down, here is Scooter Gennett. Gennett is fouled out to the catcher, grounded out to second. Morris waves off Vogelsong, the unassisted put out. The Brewers get just the one. Top of the order, Pagan, Panic, Posey coming up. 8-2 Giants.
is brought to you by the Oakland Raiders. Season and single game tickets on sale now. Call 1-800-RAIDERS or visit Raiders.com today.
Back here at AT&T Park, the Giants going to the last of the 5th inning, leading 8-2 over the Milwaukee Brewers on this, the 37th anniversary of Dwayne Kuiper's first Major League home run. And I looked up a few things in that game, Mike.
Yes.
37 years ago. Cleveland playing the White Sox at Cleveland Municipal Stadium, hard on the shores of Lake Erie. The paid attendance that night to see Kuip's one and only home run, 6,236.
Big crowd.
And the Cleveland Indians hit 4 home runs that night. Kuiper's was the first. He was hitting second. The second batter to face Steve Stone.
Well, I've always liked the trot. The trot, you know, for a guy with 1 home run, he trotted around those bags like he'd hit 500. Good trot.
Looked like he was going to hit many more.
He's a stylish player. I mean, he did everything smooth. That's why we call him Smoothie.
Well, he went 2 for 5 that night. Had a couple of RBIs. And Steve Stone only lasted 5 2/3 innings. Gave up 6 runs and 12 hits and 3 home runs, including Dwayne Kuiper's first. They had what was it? Some kind of a contest. People could send in their home run call to go along with the video.
That's right.
And so they asked each one of us to do one, I guess, just for fun.
Yeah, we did win.
We did win. I did mine and said, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the first of many more to come. 2-1 to Pagan. And that's his 3rd hit of the night, right there into the gap, and it's going to roll through. He's to second. Braun throws in, and he'll pull up at 3rd with a triple. Second triple of the year for Pagan, his 3rd hit of the night.
And 3 legs of the cycle. Let's take a look at it. Just a bullet right through the gap, and they had played him over. And Braun had pinched the gap, and despite the pre-pitch positioning defensively, he hits it right through the gap. That's how hard that ball was stroked. Well, he is seeing it big. Unbelievable the difference having him in the lineup. He is 100% energy.
And there's a called strike to Joe Paddock, who has singled, lined out to second, and grounded out to second. Pagan, by the way, spent some time with Manny Pacquiao, the welterweight, who's getting ready for a title bout. He was here tonight. I know you and Dwayne Kuiper chatted with him earlier. He had himself a Giants jersey on. Pagan was a guy who did a lot of amateur boxing when he was younger in his native Puerto Rico. Estrada to Paddock, and that changeup is low, and it's 2-1. And Pacquiao found that out, and he asked Pagan, he said, well, show me some of your stuff. And so Pagan showed him a few things that he remembered, and had some fun with it. Pacquiao said, now try this. Put the left hand here. There's a little bloop. Shallow left. It's falling, and in there. Pagan does not score. Just too shallow. And he might have even tried it had it been somebody besides Gerardo Parra who caught that ball. Parra just got the best arm in the league.
Now you're really in a rock and a hard place here, because you're thinking, well, is it going to get caught? Should I get off the bag? Should I tag? What do I do here? And you're right. Gerardo Parra, he's got not only a strong arm, but a very accurate arm. And that would have been a flip. He'd have been out by 30 feet.
And if he gets too far off the bag at 3rd, and Parra catches it, then he can nail him before he gets back there too.
Yeah, with a 6-run lead, I mean, there's no really need to gamble. Not with Buster Posey coming up. And no outs.
Joe Paddock, meanwhile, saying, man, this is a tough league. It's hard to get an RBI in this league. I used to get RBIs on hits like that in the minor leagues. Meanwhile, on the out-of-town scoreboard, Hanley Ramirez, who injured himself in a freak kind of a play, slipping off the bag at first as he was rounding first, trying to head for second, has just hit a home run. He stayed in that game, and the Dodgers have tied the Padres 2-2 in the 8th, and he limped around the bases on his home run. 0-2. Buster back to the screen, chasing the high hard one there, getting a piece of it.
That's a good swing. He stays inside the ball, and he waits almost as long as Bonds used to wait. Sees that ball just a little bit longer than other hitters, and then when he throws the bat head, I mean, it's so quick to the ball.
Nobody out. Runners at first and third. High and tight. Buster Posey in the last 9 games has 18 hits in 38 at bats, including 3 for 3 tonight. Hitting almost 500 in that time. He's had 5 homers and 11 RBIs in those 9 games, including 1 RBI tonight. Deep right center field. Gomez racing after it. No, not this time. Pagan scores. Panic around third. He will score. And Posey heading for third. A 2-run triple for Buster Posey. His 4th hit of the night. And the Giants have a 10-2 lead.
For Buster Posey, that is his 5th 4-hit game this season, which ties him for most in the National League. But 0-2, he works the count, he gets a location mistake, and that is T-ball location. He is not going to miss that. He goes the opposite gap, hits it away from Carlos Gomez. That is not easy to do. And then once it gets into triples alley, I like to see it. Here you are in the last few days of August, and you're a catcher and you're hitting triples.
0-1 to Pablo. He's had a little hole in that spot tonight. Fastball away. Struck out on one, albeit a 98-mile-an-hour fastball away back in the 2nd. He also struck out on one in the 4th against Estrada, who's keeping the ball out there as Pablo fouls this one into the 2nd deck. 0-2. Buster Posey, 3 singles and a triple, 3 runs batted in tonight. He's got 71 RBIs for the year to lead the Giants in that category. Well, Buster will hang on at third, and Herrera throws out Pablo. The infield was not all the way back there, and Buster not a fast runner, and it's 10-2.
And he just got through running 3 bags. Come on. He's looking for air over there. That's a play with 1 out you might go in a 2 or 3 run ball game, but nobody out and you got an 8-run lead. I mean, it's not the time to go. That's right. Go, go, go Giants.
Well, they've been doing that in this inning with 2 triples in the inning. They have 10 runs on the board without a home run. 10 runs, 13 hits, 2 triples, a double, and 10 singles. Hunter Pence has hit 2 singles for 2 RBIs, and he's been safe on an error and scored a run. Now the infield is in halfway. It's a ball and a strike to Pence. Pence hitting .288. We'll have to go to the record books here. The Giants, they haven't had too many games like this at home here in 2014. Especially through the first 5 innings. They've scored 10 runs, and they've scored in every inning of the game.
And for Ryan Vogelsong, he's thinking, man, feels good to get a few runs scored for you. Remember, in his previous 7 starts, he'd been shut out 5 times. That'll give you a complex.
The last time the Giants got as many as 8 runs in a game at home was the last game before the All-Star break. Shallow left center. That's going to fall. Base hit. It is 11-2 as Posey scores. 3rd hit for Pence. and his third RBI. Pence just kind of muscled that one, a pitch up and in, and he dropped it in front of Gomez, who was playing very deep in center. And everybody plays very deep in center for Hunter Pence. Here's Michael Morse. Morse has been hit by a pitch, flied out to right center, and walked.
Yeah, that was a healthy first swing, too, in this at bat. So different when you see 95 to 98 mile an hour fastballs from Willie Peralta, who started this game. Now you're facing Marco Estrada. And if he hits 88 to 90, man, that's his fastball velocity.
Strike two.
So you kind of have to gear down after you geared up for Peralta.
I may have this wrong, but it looks to me like this is the first time the Giants have reached double figures here at home in 3.5 months. Atlanta was here May the 14th, the last time they reached 10. On the right field line, Braun, and that is the second out. Pence back to first. And Braun would not plan over into the gap for Michael Morse. He was playing where that was not a reach for him to get to that ball, which is a little unusual in this ballpark. And now Blanco.
Take a look at the route of the fly ball, and really the way that they preset Braun is not too far away from a very conventional set in right field. And you're right. Especially the right-handers up there, you don't see it very often.
And it's interesting, in an inning where the Jets had hit 2 balls into that big gap in right center, that they played them that way. Because how many times have we seen Morris go into that gap?
Well, a lot. I mean, here's the happy gap we're talking about. And normally you see a right fielder about 10 steps to the right of where he's playing now.
Blanco has walked 3 times in this game. Marco Estrada, we had talked about it in the 4th inning when he ended up throwing 38 pitches in the inning. And we did a little checking on that. And that tied for the most pitches he'd ever thrown in a big league game in 1 inning. 38. And he's about to throw number 27 in his 2nd inning. A little bit low.
And it's not like he's getting squeezed by Dale Scott. I mean, if anything, he's gotten a few strikes out of the strike zone.
Yeah, Michael Morse thought so.
But this really is the time of year you see double-digit games, and you see them all around the major leagues daily. Guys are tired.
That's foul.
Not going to be an issue. Hey, nice play by the ball dude. Paul Robinson. Nice. I see George Meyer loving every minute of it. All right, let's take a look. He sees it. He's up. And protect yourself at all times.
That's deep into right field. Blanco for the 2nd day in a row. Adios, pelota. Gregor onto the arcade. And he's hitting home runs on a regular basis all of a sudden. 13-2 Giants.
Well, he is locked in. 3 walks and a home run. He is seeing it big. Talked about the carry to right field we've seen here since the Giants have come back home in this homestand. Take a look, and just drop the head and start trotting. And he knew it.
Ball 1 to Brandon Crawford.
Take a look at the path of the home run from our splash cam. Nice.
4th of the year for Gregor Blanco, and the Brewers get the bullpen busy, as Estrada has thrown over 30 pitches for the second inning in a row. And there is Tom Gorzelani, a left-hander, warming up. 2-1 now to Crawford.
You talk about the pitches that have been thrown between Peralta and Estrada tonight. Think about the guys out there on the field. This is late August, and you get a game like this, it can eat your defense's legs right up. And that off day they had yesterday, all of a sudden, it doesn't matter. You'll start to see both managers start to take some of the regulars out of this ball game very shortly.
Carlos Gomez, he's been doing a lot of running out there in center field in this inning. Foul tip, 3-2. Vogelsong on deck. 5 runs have scored in the inning, and 7 have scored to the record of Estrada in the last 2 innings since he took over for the starter Peralta, who allowed 6 in the first 3. 13-2 Giants with 2 down here in the 5th. Oh, the foul tip. He's just barely alive. Blanco, he always will tell you, I have power. People don't realize it, but I have some power. Although sometimes he hits one, and then he hits a lot of warning track shots too. But right now he's hitting them pretty steadily as Crawford goes down on the changeup. 8 men bat in the inning. The Giants hit 2 triples, and then Gregor Blanco tells one, bye bye baby, as Russ Hodges used to say.
Always wondered how you could sing the national anthem here at AT Park. Well, you could win a contest. That's what these kids did right here from San Domenico School in Marin. About 70 students, 2nd through 5th grade, in the chorus, won a contest out of 1,000 groups who auditioned. It was the National Anthem Project for Giants home games. Guys, more than 300 students, families, all came to the game tonight from their school, diehard Giants fans.
And they did a great job.
Yes, they did.
San Domenico School up in Marin. Thanks to Amy G. And here we go to the 6th inning. Ryan Vogelsong in 5 innings has thrown 75. Well, this is his 75th pitch of the night right here. Thrown 74 in the first 5 innings. Just to give you an idea, Marco Estrada, the first man out of the bullpen in 2 innings, threw 74 pitches in relief of Willie Peralta, who threw 80 in the first 3 innings. So the first two Brewers pitchers have thrown 154 pitches in 5 innings. Now that's a little over the sort of the desired number, right?
Oh, yeah, literally by about twice. This is twice what it should be. And again, I want to stress what it does to the guys out there in the field this time of year. It just absolutely eats your legs up. It definitely could have an effect on tomorrow's game.
Ryan Braun with a count of 0-2. Braun, hitting third in the order, has struck out looking and has grounded out to short. The Brewers have their bullpen working, so we've probably seen the last of Estrada. Although I'm sure since they let Estrada bat in the 5th inning that Ron Renick was hoping to get more than just 2 innings out of Estrada. That's the second time tonight that Braun has struck out against Vogelsong. Say, fans, the next time you're looking to pick up great seats for the game, head to StubHub, where you can earn 2% back in fan rewards on every purchase, including Giants tickets. Plus, with an all-in pricing policy, there are no surprise fees at checkout. StubHub, your ticket to upgrades and more. Aramis Ramirez. That's a called strike.
Yep, they can't believe it. 13 runs.
13? And is this all in one game?
You gotta check the page again.
Tell me they did that in one game? Here's Joe Paddock. And Aramis Ramirez is 0 for 3. And Jonathan Lucroy, the catcher, will come up. Dodgers and Padres 2-2, last of the 8th down at Petco Park. Meanwhile, on the out-of-town scoreboard, the Giants leading here 13-2 in the 6th inning. Giants had 10 runs just last Friday in Washington. They not only put up 10 runs in Washington, they snapped the Nationals' 10-game winning streak that night. So lately it's been a Friday thing. They didn't score many runs against the Colorado Rockies, however. In the last 3 games where they won all 3, they only scored 11 runs in those 3.
Yeah, they made them work, though. The pitching that the Giants came up with, that was more than enough.
Giants starting pitchers in those 4 games allowed 3 earned runs, 5 total, only 3 earned in those 4 games. 0-2 the count. Of course, Bumgarner was magnificent. Tim Hudson had a beauty, and yesterday, Yusmeiro Petit. And Petit, Bruce Bochy said before the game tonight, Petit will make that start on Tuesday. The next time that spot comes up, he says, how can I take him out the way he's throwing? Pagad's got it, and that's a 9-pitch inning for Vogelsong. He threw 9 pitches, every one a strike here in the 6th. Vogelsong will be due up.
Brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers, offering business and personal insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. Visit us at hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
All right, time to log on to csnbayarea.com and decide the player of the game. Your vote counts. Winner will be revealed during Giants postgame live. And you can follow the action on the diamond like never before with enhanced Bloomberg stats and more. Giants in-game live on csnbayarea.com. Log on right now and vote.
The score, the Giants leading 13-2 as we go to the last of the sixth inning. The Brewers with another pitching change. Gorzelani comes in. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
Veteran Tom Gorzelani. No record with an 0.55 ERA. And for Gorzelani, you're going to see a fastball that's right around 90. And kind of a slurry breaking ball and a changeup. And you'll see exceptional command when he's got it going.
Martin Maldonado on to catch. So Lucroy will take the rest of the night off. And Mark Reynolds comes in to play third base to give Aramis Ramirez a bit of a breather. Strike one. Vogelsong with a mighty cut. Vogelsong had a hit. The way things were going for Peralta early in the game, the 15-game winner for the Brewers, after a 28-pitch first inning, he got into it with Vogelsong, and Vogelsong started fouling off pitches and had a 9-pitch at bat and singled on the 9th pitch. This time Jeanette, and Vogelsong is retired. Vogelsong now 1 for 4 in the game.
I think that at bat that he had against Peralta is the best at bat he's ever had in his life. I mean, that was a great at bat. Once he got buzzed with 96 miles an hour right up around the face, it definitely changed his whole outlook on the at bat. It became personal.
And he fouled away with 3 or 4 pitches, right, with 2 strikes. And then the last one, he didn't foul it away. He drilled it right along the right field line for a hard single. And if he'd had any speed at all, it might have been a double. Here's Pagan. He's got speed, and he has 3 hits. A single, a double, and a triple. That's foul and out of play off to the right. We're just getting info about the where these new Brewers will bat, and Mark Reynolds will be slotted in the 9th position in the batting order, so he'll be due up 4th in the 7th inning. So they change. The new pitcher comes in as part of a double switch. Gorzelani in the 5th spot where Lucroy had been the catcher. And here's the new catcher, Maldonado. And Pagan is retired. 2 down. The new catcher, Maldonado, in the 4th spot where Aramis Ramirez had been. Two down, nobody on for the Giants, and here is Joe Panic. The Giants have scored in every inning of the game up till now. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 5 in the 5th. And Joe Panic has had 2 hits and has scored 2 runs and is hitting .303. He's got a .351 on base average as well. A lot of positives with Panic in his first go round in the big leagues.
Well, that stat you just mentioned, the on base percentage, is really one of the big reasons he's hitting in that 2 spot. That and the type of hitter that he is. He's a contact hitter. He's a bat control guy. And he's proven that he's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. Makes nice adjustments in that regard. But I mean, he really caught the eye of the skipper. I mean, Bruce Bochy is impressed with Joe Panic.
2 balls, no strikes. Up the middle, and that's the 3rd hit of the night for Joe Panic. Pagan with 3, Panic with 3. Buster Posey will come up. He's had 4 hits. Pence has 3 hits. The Giants as a team have 16 hits in these first 6 innings.
Just a no stride, basically. He sets up wide in the box. You see just how quiet his hands are. Watch how he has a little circle to get him in position. Very quiet load. And just not a lot. I mean, it's not overswing. He just puts the ball in play. Plays Pepper up the middle.
Buster had a 5-hit game in July against the Mets last year. He's had 4 hits here tonight. 5-hit game was his career record coming into this season. He's had 3 singles tonight and a 2-run triple. Knocked in 3 overall. And has a .295 average now. He's also had, in the last 9 games, he's had 19 hits in 39 at bats. And it's 2-1. I have a feeling that Buster may call it a night after this at bat. What do you think? We're in the 6th inning.
Well, yeah, you would think it's an opportunity to rest him with an 11-run lead, but he may want to stay in because Vogelsong's still in.
And it's 3-1. Well, that's a good point. That's the difference. Lucroy's out. Starting pitcher's history. That's a blowout. But there's Andrew Susac. He's all dressed up for the prom.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be coming into this game. So Posey will get a 5th at bat.
Just walked over to Vogelsong. Hi, I'm Andrew Susac, your new catcher.
Nice to meet you. Ooh. That is some bat speed, folks. Great balance through the legs all the way through the release of the bat head through the ball. He locked onto a swing about a month ago, and it's just been fun to watch.
3-2. And that's his 5th hit, matching his career record. And Panic will go round to 3rd.
You know, and he gets it going like this, and it's just that little instant where he sees the ball a little bit longer because he allows the ball to get in so deep.
He had to go 16 innings to get the 5-hit game against the Mets last year. First catcher in the history of the Giants. That's a long history. This is the 132nd year of Giants baseball. First Giants catcher to have 2 5-hit games.
And that's just bat control.
And Joaquin Arias, who came on for Pablo defensively in the first half of this inning, up for the first time, takes a strike.
And if you're going to hit for average in this league, you have to have a 2-strike approach. You have to be able to make adjustments within your swing. And in the Posey at bat, you saw the 3-1 swing. I mean, he let loose. There was a little greed behind it, and after that, he took a little swing out, and basically took what Gorzolani gave him. Just punched a hole through the right side. Just beautiful bat control, and he gets another hit.
2-1 now to Arias. By the way, Posey is the first Giant at any position to get 5 hits in a game this year. It had 7 times a hitter with 4 hits in a game. Is a Brewers fan wondering when is the sausage race?
Well,
I have to wait all night for it or what? Out of play. 2-2.
Well, she brings her little Italian sausage bobblehead with her wherever she goes. But the weenie races in Milwaukee are world famous now.
13-2. The Giants are leading. 2 on, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it's ball 3. Now Gorzolani is about to throw. His next pitch will be number 20 for him in this inning. That's a lot of pitches in one inning. Except with the way the Brewers have gone tonight, it seems like he's the one who's really had an economy of pitches going. 3-2. There goes Posey from first. And Mark Reynolds throws out Arias. The inning is over. The first inning tonight where the Giants do not score. Dwayne Kuiper will be returning from his assignment to the radio booth. Stay tuned.
stealer. Let's take a look at the lines. For the Brewers, 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. The Giants, 13 runs, 17 hits, no errors. Giants knocked Willie Peralta all around, and they had never beaten him. Tonight they have a good chance to do so. Ryan Vogelsong solid through 6. Buster Posey, first catcher in Giants history to have 2 5-for-5 games. He was a triple and 4 singles. Gregor Blanco, 1-for-1 with 3 walks. Lots of offense, and that's our Toyota game summary. Gerardo Parra taking his at bat right now against Ryan Vogelsong. There's a new catcher for Vogelsong to throw to. That's Andrew Susak. It's 13-2 Giants. Top of the 7th. Here again, Dwayne Kuiper.
Already. So Susak. Aren't many times you get to inherit a 13-2 lead. But I would say that the guy that he'd come in for has earned his dues to sit and watch this one the rest of the way. 5 for 5 for Buster Posey tonight.
Well, he's making it look easy right now.
And it's not even the magic one-do either.
No, it's just tremendous bat head control and just a beautiful swing going, and he's had it going for a while.
The 1-2 to Parra. Four hits for the Brewers. Overbay and Herrera had back-to-back hits in the 5th. Trying to shave that outside corner, and it's 3-2.
This would be a pretty good pitch to hit right here.
Got him. Well, Giants baseball and Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Share the thrill, share the love at MontereyBayAquarium.org/love. Here's Overbay. Overbay bounces this one foul. Nice play. Never hurts to go down to a knee. If it's much easier that way, go for it.
Let's go, George Meyer. All right, I got it. Yeah, that's an old player.
That's not the first time George has done that.
No.
Foul back. Another than 2. All right, Mike.
All right. Meanwhile, we had the Pinot Noir Commodore come through. Now the Zinfandel Commodore is showing up. Yeah, they got it going.
Swing. You're going to miss. You got it.
Good changeup. 3-pitch see ya. First strikeout for Ryan Vogelsong.
There's the Gotham Club.
Now it's the newest addition to this ballpark, and there are 2 versions of the Gotham Club. There's this one that is behind the out-of-town scoreboard on right field. Then there's another section that's up on the 4th level where there is a bowling alley and a pool table. But it really is fantastic. I was there last night for the first time to take a look at it. There's a restaurant up there.
Do you have a tab?
I'm going to start one.
I mean, if you have a tab, let me know.
Let's
I'll
go.
just drop a couple on your tab.
Head over there tomorrow. There's my daughter Tess. Right there.
Then she would be the first Kruko ever at a bar.
Well, I don't think I can make that claim.
0-2.
There's Tess. Yep, she does. She loves the Giants.
No balls and 2 strikes to Herrera. He's got 2 hits tonight. And that pitch is high. 1-2. Got him. Strikes out the side. How about that?
Wow.
7 strikeouts. Giants are coming up 13-2. For the Giants tonight, as they lead in this one 13-2. The Labor Day sale, get this, 50% off. You can save on MLB.com at-bat premium features for only $4.99. You can follow every Giants game with live look-ins, replays, live radio broadcasts, the MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store. Sale ends soon. Visit sfgiants.com/mobile. Bogey's night is over.
He pitched beautifully. And just think back. I mean, his last 7 starts here, 0-5, shut out 5 times tonight. They atoned for those 5 shutouts in a way. 13 runs for Bogey.
He might like to go back and spread them out a little bit.
I think he would.
Here's Pence, who's had 3 hits today, 3 RBIs, and he takes the ball 1-0. Pitch outside. Buster Posey with 5 hits tonight, came in hitting .289, now hitting .297.
Boy, he's hot.
He had to go a long way to get to .297.
He really did. I mean, he's on fire now. And that's a stop at .297.
4-pitch walk.
Not with that swing.
Angel Pagan's got 3 hits tonight. So here's Michael Morse. Morse doesn't have a hit. He's been on base twice. So he would definitely like to join the party. And he will join the party. And that's hit number 18 for the Giants.
Well, the NBC Bay Area Investigative Unit, led by Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kowaleski, they're an award-winning team of 15 journalists dedicated to holding the powerful accountable. The Investigative Unit on NBC Bay Area, we investigate. Hey, the Moose people are here. Oh, yeah, don't you know? I want to party with the Moose people.
That last move sealed it for me.
We're in. Gator babes.
Here's Blanco.
Bless their hearts.
Blanco hit a 2-run home run in the 5th. He swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike.
But he waited well. I mean, that's the thing about Blanco in this hot streak. He rarely has got off his back leg. You don't see him leaning on that front foot, sliding the hips through, losing his hips. And because of that, I mean, his power numbers are good.
You just can't try to hit him. That's the whole deal. This was the home run he hit that I mentioned in the 5th. It's the right spot. So it's 0-2 to Blanco. And he got him. A little too close in a game like this for Dale Scott. 1 out.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about all the pitches that were thrown tonight by Brewer pitching. Remember, the umpire's got to get down for every one of those too. And he's not going in the dugout between innings to rest those legs. If I'm Dale Scott right now, the strike zone is as big as the batter's box.
Absolutely.
But, you know, I mean, think back at times we were in games like this, and umpires would tell you, be swinging.
Yeah, they will subtly let you know, even if it's just saying start swinging. Swing and a miss by Crawford. He'd like to join the party.
Yeah, he needs a hit, no doubt.
And no swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. They haven't stopped.
Too much fun. It's Friday night.
1 ball and 1 strike. In the dirt, squirts away. Vince thought about it. They are in the bottom of the 9th inning in San Diego, and the Dodgers and Padres are tied 2-2. Just got to be creative, and kids can be creative. Give them a scarf and they'll come up with something.
Well, yeah,
they will. Three and 1.
Rocking the fedoras. Definitely pulling it off.
Three and 2.
It's down the Giants dugout store today. I mean, there are so many different hats available here. This guy right here, I bet it's his birthday.
You know what? I think it is. And the walk.
That's what grinds down a manager right there.
Yeah, in a 13-2 game, maybe that guy out there trying to do a little bit too much.
Well, I mean, Gorslani is a guy who has to finesse you. He's not the type of pitcher that's going to come at you. But Renick's seen enough.
Even with the lefty, he's seen enough coming up. I think Gorslani's a little bit perplexed at this. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back.
contest is brought to you by AT&T. Get your Twitter ready and hashtag CSNBA fan photo. Include your name and your hometown. I loved this picture. It is a shout out to Garrett and his baby girl. She's sitting on top of Daddy's shoulders, and they love their Kruk and Kipe. Hey guys, join the club. Get in line. Wayne and Mike.
That's a great shot. Hey, thanks for the ride, partner.
You're a little heavy, I got to tell you.
That's all right.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Brandon Kinsler, the new pitcher now for Milwaukee, 2-3 on the year with a 3.38 ERA. He's a sinker baller, which is why Wernicke's bringing him in here. He's looking for a ground ball to get out of the game. You're going to see a low 90s sink with a hard slider and a changeup. Gene Segura comes in to shortstop on the double switch.
So here's Ishikawa with the bases loaded, 1 ball and no strikes. Hey, this is good living if you're a pinch hitter. Get to come up with the bases loaded and 1 out. And a double play ball. And that'll end the inning. So 2 pitches and Kinsler does the job. 8th inning coming up. And, well, will you be able to see it? Yes, you will. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on NBC Bay Area and the Giants Television Network. John and Mike will do that game. And then Sunday afternoon at 1, Giants pregame live at 12:30. And that'll be on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Tip-off at 1 o'clock. Dave will be back. So I'll be over on the radio side with Dave. Pitching matchups in that. It'll be Peavy and Fears on Saturday and Loesch and Bumgarner on Sunday. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
George Contos, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy, 3-0 with a 3.00 ERA. Been kind of an up and down yo-yo type year for Contos, but the one thing that he did this year is he got rid of all of his options. And his minor league time is probably over. When he's right, you're going to see a fastball that goes 91 to 94, more 91s than 94s. Hard slider, he'll throw a changeup, 2 types of fastball. Gregor Blanco goes over to center field. Ishikawa stays in the game, he's in left.
And the hitter is going to be Reynolds. So Reynolds hitting for the first time. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
7th straight season of 20 or more home runs. His batting practice is remarkable. I mean, he makes it look so easy.
Well, he does, and he doesn't, take that massive rip. Just kind of a nice, controlled, powerful swing. Now he will swing and miss a bit.
He is hovering above the Mendoza line, very close to the interstate, hitting 201 coming into this at bat. And he's always been that kind of a hitter. I mean, just outhouse or castle.
You just saw that that fan with a Brewers sweatshirt. Here's the pitch to Reynolds. Swing and a miss. He got him. And that's significant because this is the time of the year where if the Brewers aren't in the hunt, that sweatshirt is green.
That's true. It's Packers time.
And it's got Packers written all over it. Or maybe even a Rodgers jersey, but there's a lot going on now in the state of Wisconsin. The Brewers are in first place. There's a call strike to Gomez.
Well, they're feeling it. Get their Brewers unis on. It is a fun crowd at Millers Park.
Stroked into center field. Not in this park. 2 outs.
In fact, I think of all the ballparks that the Giants see during the course of a year all over the United States, Milwaukee, they're tough to beat as far as attitude is concerned.
Yeah.
They got it going.
Yes, they do. This one's got it going easy. You know what? Sometimes you just can go over the lines.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
But she will reach an age where going over the lines is really important.
Yeah, when she's 16 and she gets her driver's license.
There's a call strike to Scooter Gennett. I was the guy that did the coloring books with our kids.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Oh, yeah.
And there was early competition on whether you went over the lines or not, as Panic is going to throw out Gennett, and that's going to end the inning. 8 pitches for George Contos. We will head to the home half of the 8th inning, 13-2 Giants. Okay. All right, some of what has happened here tonight. You may not have seen all 13 runs, but you saw some of them. There's the Giants lead 13-2. Kinsler throws to Contos, and there's a called strike.
How psyched do you think George Contos is about this at bat?
I would think that he's really psyched. Parra is now in center field. Davis is in left. And a hard shot to Overbay. And Contos just retired. Don't forget to check out Sportsnet Central tonight after Giants postgame live right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. I want George to look back at that and feel good about that at bat.
Well, he took out of that batter's box like it was a tie score in the 15th inning. And then about a third of the way down, he started thinking, wait a second.
Yeah.
I watched Casilla blow a hamstring, and I better not get hurt.
Plus, I'm out of options.
Yes, he is.
Panic's got another hit. And this is going to be extra bases. And he's going to find himself at second. He's got 4 hits tonight.
He can hit.
You know what? I think he likes that ball down there, too. He's got a nice level swing.
Jumping on the first pitch. That's usually the best pitch you're going to see, especially against a sinker baller who's going to want to try and get on top of you 0-1. And just a real compact stroke. And we've seen him use that side of the field, left to second base, a lot. Panic now hitting .312.
Here's Susak. Susak on the ground. It'll be Reynolds at third. He will sling it over to Overbay. Not wasting around, are they?
Jumping on it. Oh, she's got a pom-pom in her blanket. This is not her first game. Directing traffic. The girls have landed.
Pagan, Panic, Posey. You ready for this?
Yeah.
12 for 16.
Well, you do that, you're going to win a few ball games. There are extra innings down in San Diego. Dodgers and the Padres. It's all tied up 2-2. Dodgers have seen the score here, obviously. Giants on top of the Brewers. It is that time of year.
Arias bounces it foul. It's 0-2. Arias hits a high fly ball right center field, and that'll end the inning. So we will head to the 9th. 13-2 Giants.
For our Honda Player of the Game, and Buster Posey tonight is that gentleman. Why, you would ask? Well, how about a 5-for-5 night, and he has become the only catcher in Giants history to have 2 5-hit performances, and that goes back 132 years, folks. He was something else tonight. 4 singles and a triple back in the 5th inning, and that's our Honda Player of the Game, Buster Posey.
Buster really celebrating over at first after that hit.
It's pretty steady.
He is.
Work to do.
He is as steady as you're going to get. So Braun's going to lead things off here in the 9th. Braun is 0 for 3. Cantos with a strikeout, a fly ball, and a ground ball. Those were his outs in the 8th. And Braun with a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Close. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Brewers got into San Francisco yesterday, had the whole off day here in the Bay Area, and they, I'm sure, took advantage of it.
Yeah, I think they got in Wednesday night, so they had a full off day.
Braun, a native Californian. Came out of Granada Hills High School, went to University of Miami.
And he's going to nub one into right field for a base hit. He'll save his night. Here's Maldonado. Maldonado, make that Maldonado in his first at bat tonight. .258 for Maldonado. 3 home runs, 15 driven in. And he hits one on the ground. Arias has got it. He goes to Panic. Panic quick flip to Morris, double play.
As we've watched Joe Panic get to the big leagues and then get to the comfort zone, you start to see him more and more confidence every day in all facets of his game. We're obviously watching it with the plate, but here, in the last 3 or 4 days, we've been watching him make turns at second base. It's just absolutely flawless. And he's got a good arm. Remember, he was signed as a shortstop. And the way he turns that really reminds you of Robbie Thompson.
Yep. And Robbie Thompson had a terrific arm. Here's Gene Segura. And Segura bounces this one to Morris, and this should do it. So that's the ball game. And the Giants tonight win their 4th in a row. They're now 4-1 on this homestand. And there are a lot of names that you could mention tonight that had terrific performances. But the bottom line is Ryan Vogelsong did a good job. And he gets the win. But 19 hits. And 19 hits ought to tell you all you need to know. You get a good strong start and you get 19 hits, and you got to like your odds.
Well, and 12 hits out of 3 guys in the middle of the lineup. Yeah, I think you have to be pretty happy about taking those odds. So Bruce Bochy shaking hands with the troops. You know, he hasn't had many of these no-brainers where the game was kind of decided early, and the Giants did the one thing you have to do against this great offense that they have in Milwaukee. They scored early, and they just kept scoring and kept putting it on. Great at-bat after great at-bat. And you know, right now the Giants bullpen may be the most rested bullpen in Major League Baseball.
History of the game. All right, Amy G's got a guess. Amy?
All right, gentlemen. Wow. Big win, Joe, and a great win all the way around. But really, the story is the run support for Ryan Vogelsong tonight. He hasn't gotten a lot lately. You score the first, and then you guys continue to add on. What was the key tonight to keeping that line moving?
We just strung hits along, and honestly, guys put together good at-bats throughout the lineup. You know, when you put together good at-bats, you're going to find the holes, you're going to get some of the luck, and that comes from hard work and just working the counts.
You recently had a switch in the lineup. You went from hitting fifth to hitting second. What adjustments have you had to make you look really confident in either spot?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't made any adjustments. I've been a two-hitter my entire life, and being down in the order in the 7-8 hole, you kind of have the same mentality because there's a two spot because you're trying to get on base and let the guys behind you, drive you in. So nothing's really changed for me. I just kept the same approach.
The guy behind you tonight, Buster Posey, a 5-hit night. What is it like to hit in front of him? What's it like to watch him take an at-bat?
Yeah, he's unbelievable, isn't he? Tonight it was a heck of a night for him. And it's fun hitting in front of him, not going to lie. You get some better pitches that way, so it definitely helps me out a little bit. But honestly, just watching him hit, he's one of the best in the game, and you saw it tonight.
Last one for you. You guys have had a really good homestand thus far and some really good wins. But tonight you beat a first-place team. How does that add on to an already confident team?
Yeah, I mean, after our last 3 games with Colorado, we got some momentum building, and then today, really taking it to them early on. Really, we're just trying to keep the momentum rolling, honestly. We're just trying to continue day in, day out, just grind out because, tomorrow's a new day, and we're just going to try to come out with the same intensity.
Thank you so much, Joe Panic. Dwayne and Mike, let's get it up to you.
All right, first 3 hitters in the lineup, 12 for 16 tonight. That'll win you some ball games, but make a point before we go to Sportsnet Central, and that's Willie Peralta really stuffed them in Milwaukee. And it looked like maybe they had a little bit of a different game plan against him.
Well, I think it all starts with Angel Pagan. I mean, Pagan had a 4 for 7 lifetime against Peralta, so he had some pretty good ownage on him, but he goes 2 for 3. A single, double, an RBI, scored for run, goes 3 for 5. There was 4 guys in the Giants lineup tonight that had 3 or more hits. I mean, this is a team that's been looking for some confidence, and they're getting it now with the move of bringing Panic up in that 2 spot. He's on fire. You got Pagan feeding the meat of the order, and now Posey and Pence and Sandoval and Morse are coming up with guys on base. It's a big difference. So that's what's happened here, and boy, it's all coming together at the right time.
All right, Giants win their 72nd game in the final tonight. Giants 13, Brewers 2. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews in the Rapids coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio.